The second article of impeachment charges the president with misusing the powers of his high office to obstruct the House impeachment inquiry.
Congress can effectuate that power of inquiry by issuing subpoenas commanding the recipient to provide documents or to testify under oath.
The House issued a subpoena to require Mr. Mulvaney to testify. But on the day of Mr. Mulvaney's scheduled deposition, the White House sent a letter to his personal attorney. It prohibited from obeying the subpoena. President Trump also ordered another White House official, Robert Blair, not to testify. Mr. Blair is Mr. Mulvaney's senior advisor and his closest aide.
Here is just a sampling of the documents we know exist that are currently being withheld. National Security Advisor John Bolton's notes, Ambassador Taylor's first-person cable to Secretary Pompeo, emails between OMB and other agencies about the president's directive to place a hold on the Ukraine military aid.
Compliance with subpoenas is mandatory. It's not at the option of the executive or the president.
The House had never before filed a lawsuit to require testimony or documents in a presidential impeachment. We didn't have to. No president ever issued a blanket ban on compliance with House subpoenas or challenged the House to find a way around his unlawful order.
Most disturbing, President Trump issued a threat against the whistleblower and those who provided information to the whistleblower.
Who's the person that gave the whistleblower the information? Because that's close to a spy. You know what we used to do in the old days when we were smart, right? With spies and treason, right?
In the history of our republic, no president ever dared to issue an order to prevent even a single government witness from testifying in an impeachment inquiry.
During our first presidential impeachment inquiry, President Andrew Johnson recognized Congress's power to thoroughly investigate him and his executive branch subordinates. There is no evidence that Johnson ever asserted any privilege to prevent disclosure of presidential conversations to the committee or failed to comply with any of the committee's requests. Even Nixon understood that he must comply with subpoenas for information relating to his misconduct. Thus, he stated in March 1973 regarding the Senate's Watergate investigation, I quote, "All members of the White House staff will appear voluntarily when requested by the committee." The House undertook impeachment proceedings against President Clinton. Consistent with President and entirely unlike President Trump, Clinton pledged to cooperate fully with the impeachment investigations.
And if a president can defy Congress on such fragile grounds, then it is difficult to imagine why any future president would ever comply with an impeachment or investigative subpoena again.
When he does that without lawful cause or excuse, he attacks the Constitution itself. When he does that, he confirms that he sees himself as above the law.
I implore you, give America a fair trial. Give America a fair trial. She's worth it.